Couples fight, it's normal. Never basuh pinggan lah, leave their dirty socks everywhere, or they snore. So annoying, right? But biasa lah. You drive each other up the wall and then you make up. Movies even make it sound cute when couples fight. Okay, but what if you're arguing about sex and intimacy? What if your spouse is using sex against you, raping you in your own home? Is it even wrong for your husband to ask you for sex whenever, wherever? I mean, you're married. You know, I remember reading about this 60-year-old Malaysian woman who was trying to get a divorce but was instead raped repeatedly by her husband before she could get away to live elsewhere. My bed was on the couch in the living room, and that's where the rape happened. He knew I just wanted a divorce, so he was going to make use of me during that period. And then there was the case of another woman who was drugged every night while she was asleep by her husband just so that he could rape her and take videos of it. One day, my husband left his phone at home. I found something on that phone that would change my life forever. Video taken by my husband of him having sex with me while I was passed out cold. There were 3 videos in total, and in each one, I looked like I was dead. It happened for years before she finally managed to get a divorce. Most often, it's control. Sometimes it's masked as rough makeup sex, or just, she's my wife, what? Sex is part of the deal. Yeah, no. Well, let's jump right in. What is marital rape? Marital rape is defined as sexual acts committed without spousal consent. It's basically rape within marriage. Yes, that's totally possible, because when you said I do and got married, you didn't say yes and give blanket consent to sex bila-bila masa, bila-bila hari. Somehow, people just cannot wrap their heads around the fact that if you want to have sex with someone, you need their consent. It's so simple. Wait, but hold on. Marital rape, it's legal in Malaysia, right? Spouses are not properties you own. Their bodies don't belong to anyone but themselves. Violating that simple rule should be a crime, but it isn't in Malaysia. Not exactly. Section 375 of our penal code has an explicit exception for marital rape. Sexual intercourse by a man with his own wife by a marriage which is valid under any written law for the time being in force or is recognized in Malaysia as valid is not rape. However, there is an addition to the law under Section 375A, husband causing hurt in order to have sexual intercourse. Any man who during the subsistence of a valid marriage causes hurt or fear of death or hurt to his wife or any other person in order to have sexual intercourse with his wife shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 5 years. So the law only recognizes physical hurt or fear the spouse experiences, but not the act of rape itself. But if you're raped by anyone else outside of a marriage, the rapist gets a maximum of 20 years. This makes it seem like raping your spouse is less of a crime compared to raping a stranger, when it's all just rape. Just because your spouse doesn't end up looking like the person in sexual violence posters, bruises all over, bleeding, crying, doesn't mean it's not rape. Survivors can look different from the narrative that is popularized. The lack of a law that addresses marital rape also makes it harder for victims to come forward because the legal recourse is somewhat limited. No matter what the relationship is, non-consensual sex with someone is always a crime. Marital rape is cruel, an abuse and betrayal of trust and love, torturous. Imagine being afraid in your own home with the very person you're supposed to feel safe with, raped and violated. And if there are kids at home too. This is not a problem we can revisit when things calm down, especially when domestic violence cases are at an all-time high during the MCO and CMCO periods. The law must be amended ASAP to criminalize all forms of rape, including marital rape. The exception in Section 375 must be removed. Religion and century-old customs should not be used as a shield to protect people who rape their spouses. All religions practice and preach love and kindness between spouses, not violence and hurt. Rape is a serious crime. We just need the laws to start treating it as such.